Tell me about how you got into this remarkable business, about your first sale, that first time you actually sold a book.
Tim, that goes back to the late summer and early fall of 1953 when I was entering high school. I had already been for about a year or two a collector of the high grade literature by the author Edgar Rice Burroughs. The Tarzan stories, the Mars stories, the Inner Earth, the Hollow Earth stories, etc., etc. I was fascinated by that genre of literature, particularly by his approach to it, and I was always looking for more and more of his novels. And I discovered a magazine called Other Worlds, which at the time, a science fiction digest-sized magazine that was edited by none other than L. Ron Hubbard, who has other claims to fame.
Yeah.
And the magazine had a page or two that was open to its readers to which they could post want ads or sales ads. And I posted some want ads, and then after a little while I posted some sale ads to get rid of some of the duplicates of the Tarzan books and other Burroughs books. And it certainly seemed to be an easy way to enhance my collection and meet other people. And really from there I developed kind of a network of correspondents who were interested in Burroughs and other science fiction and fantasy writers of the time and of a little bit earlier. And from there it was just one hop, skip, and a jump to buying and selling Americana, first edition novels, books in economics, in finance, in medicine, just about every subject. But of course we do specialize now not in fantasy and science fiction, but in scholarship and in books that could be deemed generally as scarce or rare or unusual.
Still, I'll bet if you see the right Edgar Rice Burroughs book on sale while walking down the street, you'd know exactly which one to pick up.
Oh yeah, and I have rebuilt that collection to a large degree. Upstairs in this building, I have approximately 900 Burroughs books and a virtually complete collection of his first editions, despite the fact that I sold my own collection a few years later.
L. Ron Hubbard ended up collecting buildings in Hollywood, where
That's
I
right.
live.
Yes.
So all around me are L. Ron Hubbard places.
Yeah.
He bought at the absolute lowest ebb of the Hollywood market and did very well for himself, or whoever bought them for him. How wonderful! Now you grew up in Cleveland.
Grew up in Cleveland.
So were you born here?
Born here, yes.
And always on the west side?
Always on the west side. We still live in Parma, in my childhood home, and they'll probably plant me in Parma one day.
I hope that'll be a long time from now. Where was your first store?
The first store really is the building we stand in, that we're meeting in today. Prior to acquiring this property in 1973, we had other warehouses that were not open to the public. And ironically, our current location is not open to the public either, and hasn't been for about 12 to 14 years.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, once we began selling books on the internet, we totally reorganized our stock. No longer is it organized according to subject categories or in any sort of author sequence. Rather, we post books in sort of an irrational manner. The first book might be a book in botany, the next one might be a book in Kantian philosophy, the third book might be a book on how to raise your dog or take care of your kids or something of that nature. And the books just are arranged by numbers that are assigned by the computer system. So, it doesn't make much sense to permit people to browse, because browsing can be quite maddening if you're looking for certain categories of books. You can find them at our website, but difficult to find them on the shelves.
Yeah.